So you know how last time we used like those firefly dice and everybody had to keep their number faced up? Okay, this time everybody just choose one die that you really love that is going to be you on the board for today's session. We obviously have some game business to discuss. I fixed the combat problem. Okay. So on Bosk and Baronix, they have unarmed combat crossed out. And like in Baronix's cases, he had 6 points for that. Okay, Bosk and Baronix, look up at the top for self-defense, and you will see that I added your marks from unarmed combat on self-defense. So you did not lose the points, okay, but we're doing away with the difference between unarmed combat and combat. Now self-defense. I'm thinking self-defense is like, you know, martial arts or boxing or even just like combat survival and that sort of thing. Okay, now in your case, Bosk, I figured you'd be happy about this because that now puts you 2 points away from a +2 on self-defense. You see that there? You've got 18 out of 20. Now for you guys, the other two, I also did away with combat, gave you self-defense, and I have added you a new skill, pistols. And so on pistols, Hira has fired a pistol twice, you have fired a pistol once. Any arguments? Because that was all I could think of.
Yeah, I don't think...
Okay. Let's see, is that everything? Skill changes, especially I fixed the combat skill issues. Bardak fired during the first battle. Hira fired at the guys dumping stuff on the crew. We are not counting Halloween. That brings us to Bosk. I'm about to make your life unpleasant. You said you brought the C4 and you brought the detonators, but you did not specify what kind of detonators you brought. So if you look on your list, on your character sheet there, it has, and I don't have it on my copy, it has mercury switch, timed, remote, and I left a blank in case there's anything I didn't think of. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist that you declare what kind of detonators you brought with you. I figured you said you brought 5, I'll let you have 6.
I think 6 remote.
6 remote, okay, all right, write it. And you can put zeros next to the rest.
I'll have 4 remotes and 2 timed.
That makes sense. All right. Now, what else? One last thing, and then we'll jump into the action. I want everybody to go to their character description. I was hoping we were going to do this every session. I've been slacking. And you know that day you all read each other's? Well, today we're going to read our own. Why don't we just start at the top of the list? Bardak, tell us about yourself.
Highly intelligent and stoic to the point of unsociability. He intuitively understands the complexity of even the most sophisticated man-made systems, yet the human condition is baffling and mysterious to him in its unique disorganization and unpredictability. This drives him to spend much of his time working and spending what little downtime he takes to reading philosophy, usually accompanied by 20th century classical music, rather than the entertainment amenities on the ship. Scruffy looking and usually covered in stains from his latest jobs, he only bothers to get a mist on Wednesdays and Saturdays. His skills in the pilot seat are evident, but unused.
That's right.
Not for long, no?
Baronix. Oh, by the way, I forgot. So what have you picked up here in the fuse so far? Did you pick up anything? And or what are you carrying with you right now? Let's just deal with that question. What do you have on you right now in the fuse?
So I've got the thing.
You're carrying the briefcase, yeah.
I have a big wrench.
Oh, yeah.
My stun beads, 2 pistols.
2 pistols. Okay, and that's it, right?
1 rounds.
Right, yeah. All right, now Baronix, and start with the top line.
Okay, this one?
Your description.
Okay, Baronix, age 25, lean and muscular, 6'1", blue eyes, black hair. Despite his obvious skills in combat, he is a scientist gifted in many disciplines, striving to understand the ways of the world around him. His station as ship sensors is a natural extension of his tireless curiosity, and he is obsessive with reserved, and even mood swingy. Therefore, spends most of his free time with TV, comic books, drawing, loud and angry music, and often missing at least one meal a day, usually lunch. He is very conscious of his appearance, misting twice a day and never being caught looking anything but neatly groomed.
That's right. And what do you have with you right now?
I got a Doulos assault rifle with 2 mags.
That's
For
fine.
rounds.
You got a Doulos auto pistol,
Mm-hmm.
and you got a
Boarding machine gun.
submachine gun, yep. And,
A Felcata short sword.
yep, and don't remember, you're wearing a tactical vest that's got a lot of pockets, and it's got the SMG stands for submachine gun attached. Okay? So that's Baronix. Bosk.
27, muscular, 5'11", green eyes, shoulder-length brown hair, ace pilot who can expertly guide any craft through any space. His fierce metal manifests as an obsession with violence, firearms, and explosives. A light eater, his main use for the galley lounge is for the VR Games Council, which he spends a lot of time with. Preferring simulations of fights for survival where only the most destructive can survive.
Uh-huh. And what do you have with you in the fuse?
I have explosives, a sniper, a Doulos auto pistol, a rifle, and mink sprays on my left arm, and wooden knife.
Yep. And finally, ladies first, Hira.
Late 20s, fit and agile, 5'5", curly blonde hair, tied back, green eyes. Her mind being taken from her makes her value her physical body even more. Exercise and healthy eating are her religion. She worships at the VR console where her daily simulations of activities in nature will just have to do. But she also loves to spend time in the hidden worlds within computers and electronics, almost mystically perceiving the intangible essences enslaved within them. This makes her an intuitive hacker, able to coerce any device or system to be her accomplice. This power of influence is seen in her real world by a feeling of always needing to be right. The way she sees it, she isn't bossy, her ideas are just better, and she's often very vocal about her displeasure with an unpleasant situation. Her intuition isn't limited to unseen worlds and is evident in her ability to read people she just met and even get them to trust her easily. And she has her med kit and 2 auto pistols slung across her hips.
Okay. Like a gunslinger. Anyway. Are we ready for story time?
Yep.
Yes.
Are you ready to be those people
Yeah.
that you just read about, you know? All right, so obviously we are just picking it right back up. Everybody figure out what your configuration is, moving yourself down the block. And that should get us started for now. Now, let's see, does anybody remember how to play this game? I think it was, oh, that's right, I have to oppose your roll. Everybody's going to roll a 2d6, except for these two that have a boon. Now, anybody remember why you have a boon?
Oh, because...
An advantage?
Yeah, an advantage.
Because Mink told you all about what to expect.
Yeah.
About the gangs, the scouts, the solos. So everybody roll that 2d6.
Uh-oh. 7.
6.
And I believe you were adding intelligence
13.
to it.
What was I? Okay.
And you were adding streetwise.
Then I have 10.
I have 11.
4.
12.
So I drew a 15. So let's see what 15 has got. Oh, this one is pretty easy. On this block, you pass a building which must have been a library, judging by the rubble, a large percentage of which is books. So, you have just passed a destroyed library. No serious event, so go ahead and roll it again.
13.
12.
12.
8.
I rolled a 9. Who was lower than 9? Just you. Alright, let's roll on this D66 table here. I got a 54. That's in the danger territory. Okay. Yeah. You hear a large engine getting closer. It kind of reminds you of the sound of Paxo's bus. It's coming from behind you. That would be opposite of the direction of the arrow. So there's obviously something with a large engine coming this way. By the way, there are crumbling buildings about, all but 1, 6, 10, and 12. So everybody grab a... We were using brown pawns, right? Everybody grab a brown pawn and start putting them on buildings there. Everything but 1, 6, 10, and 12. Okay. From the shadows emerges what is indeed a bus. No headlights, though, or any other lights. You guys gonna stand there in the middle of the street and let the bus run you over? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna move to the
I think
side.
we should, yeah.
You can move too.
Move 2.
Yep, 2 spaces. So, as this bus gets closer, you see that it's got large sections of the sides cut out, like doors, okay? And it has obviously been fortified. There are metal plates added all over it. There are bars on the glassless windows. As it passes by, you know, I should have come up with some kind of thing to put on the board for the bus, but as it passes by, you can see that the inside of the bus is dark, but you can see men standing in the cutout doorways, and you can make out more men behind them. The men you see appear to all be dressed the same. They are wearing bizarre matching outfits. You see, none of them are wearing a shirt, but all of them are wearing tuxedo coats with tails and bow ties, okay? They even have top hats and white gloves, but no shirt. And they all have a black circle, around their right eye with a thin line. It's tattoo, makeup, but it kind of makes it look like they're each wearing a monocle. The theme is less severe below the belt, with rugged black pants tucked into black combat boots. And you see that all of them that you can see, they're carrying a cane, like a black cane with a silver ball on top, and each one of them that you see has one. And they just cruise on past and end up down to the next block, and so it's good that you guys got out of the way, but there they went. All right, so yes, that bus went by, and that is the only event for this block. Everybody roll for the next, oh yes, choose your configuration, your formation, and roll again.
7.
7.
10.
7.
Wait, I didn't beat anybody? 6? Nobody was lower than 6? I didn't think of what to happen if this happens, so we'll say there's no event on this block either. Wow, you guys are, oh yeah, pass the pawns up. You guys are having a somewhat easy time of it. Maybe they were looking for mink the whole time, and that's why they were attacking. Alrighty, so you guys know what to do now.